The Windows versus Mac debate has been raging for decades now. Generally speaking, both Windows and Mac deliver similar functionalities in their own way. However, there are enough differences to make people choose one over the other. The decision of which one to go with can be a tricky one if you don't have access to both Windows and Mac side by side to make an informed decision. Good for you guys, very recently I took the plunge over to the Mac side after using Windows for almost 15 years. And in this video, I am going to be talking about things that I've come to realize are so much better executed by Macs. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's start with the build quality. MacBooks take the build quality to a whole new level that is almost impossible for 95% of Windows laptops to match. There are no doubt some really good Windows laptops that come with really good build quality like Microsoft Surface and Dell XPS. But even against those laptops, MacBook's quality seems slightly better. There are absolutely no compromises in terms of build quality, even with their lower end MacBook Air, which looks and feels better than most flagship Windows laptops. All MacBooks are machined out of 100% recycled aluminum chunk with great precision, which makes them feel so premium. The hinge feels strong yet so smooth to open with one hand. The amount of attention to detail given while manufacturing a MacBook is what makes these devices class apart. Opening up, you are greeted by a display which is again of industry-leading quality in terms of brightness, color gamut, and refresh rate. Retina displays with high pixel densities offer stunning visuals, sharp text, and accurate color reproduction. Additionally, MacBooks often feature thinner bezels, resulting in a more immersive viewing experience. And MacBooks come with a standard layout scissor switch keyboard with smaller arrow keys, which definitely takes some time to get used to. The key travel is enough for my liking. It delivers good feedback and a very satisfying actuation at the bottom. The best part is that it is much quieter compared to a number of Windows laptops I've used in the past. The Touch ID is Apple's secure fingerprint authentication system that lets you log into the computer, and boy, this is quick. The slightest of touch will do the job. The other standout feature of MacBooks is their trackpad. It offers precise and responsive multi-touch gestures, providing a seamless and intuitive user experience. The trackpad's large size and haptic feedback further contribute to the overall usability and convenience. And Apple's M1 and M2 chips offer not just excellent performance but fantastic battery life as well. With PC, you have to pick one over the other. If you decide to go with something that offers good performance, battery may not be very good. And if you decide to go with something that has a lasting battery life, you may need to settle for a lackluster performance. In terms of battery life, MacBooks are in the league of its own. With a few hours of light to moderate use every day, you can go for a number of days without having to charge your Mac. And now moving on to some Apple ecosystem specific features that have made my life easier. I use my iPhone 13 Pro as a primary camera for this channel, and there are so many times I quickly take a footage or a picture and airdrop it to my Mac while editing the video. Yeah, it is that easy. Imagine the same situation while you were using an Android phone and a Windows laptop. The kind of pain you would have to go through to transfer your pictures and videos to your laptop, and imagine doing that at least 15 times throughout the day. Then there is something called Universal Clipboard, which is copying something on one device and having it available to be pasted on other devices as well. Pretty amazing, right? And now comes Handoff, which lets you finish work on one device that you started on a different device. Let's say I have some web page open on my iPhone, and the moment I open my MacBook, it automatically allows me to open the same web page on my Mac web browser without me putting the web address, where I can continue the reading that I was doing on my iPhone. How many times we have looked at the webcams of our laptops and hated them for being so poor? Now, Apple couldn't build a high quality camera of a size this small, but they came up with a workaround which is called the continuity camera, which utilizes your iPhone's main camera, which also happens to be one of the best mobile cameras around us. Now you can look pretty in your work meetings. Let me show you more magic Apple devices can do when they're used together. There's this nifty feature called Sidecar that lets you use your iPad as an extra display. All you have to do is just activate this little icon on the control center. Here you go. And Spotlight Search is one of the most used features for me. It has recently become even more powerful. You can now find images and photos, messages, notes, the Finder, and the web right from the Spotlight. Also search the image based on the text in it. It also supports Quick Look, allowing you to see a full-size preview of files in the Spotlight by pressing the spacebar. And Instant Hotspot lets your Mac control the personal hotspot on your iPhone when they're close to each other. It doesn't even require a passcode to connect to your iPhone. Just make sure your iPhone or cellular iPad has an activated data plan. Have you ever missed a call or a message while you were deeply focused on a task you were working on and your phone was kept far away? Well, if you're in Apple ecosystem, that is not happening anymore. How? You just allow the setting for receiving calls and messages on your dozens of Apple devices, and you can take calls on any device you're using. The native email application of macOS has been missing some of the really good features which are pretty standard for other email clients, but that is not the case anymore. Apple recently made some useful enhancements to the email app, like improved search. Apple has made it so much easier to find the email you need at the moment, like search box already displays the recent emails, attachments, links, photos the moment you click on it. Then there is a follow-up feature which places the email at the top of the pile and the ability to schedule when you want an email to be sent. Reminders can be set to make an email resurface so you can respond to it at a later time. And best of all, Mail has an unsend feature where you will have 10 seconds to take back an email that you did not intend to send. Imagine you're writing an email, all of a sudden you remember the document you're supposed to attach isn't available on your MacBook. Well, what do? Scan it and send it to your Mac? Nah, look at this. With all these features combined, macOS Mail is not just as good as Gmail app or any other model email client. In fact, it offers so much more. MacBooks are often considered to be more durable than many Windows laptops. Apple has a reputation for focusing on premium build quality and using high quality materials in the construction of their devices. The use of aluminum chassis helps provide structural rigidity and protection against impacts, making MacBooks more resistant to dents and bends compared to some Windows laptops that may rely on plastic or lower quality materials. Additionally, Apple's meticulous design and manufacturing processes contribute to the overall durability of MacBooks. The attention to detail in areas such as hinge mechanism, keyboard construction, overall component integration helps ensure MacBooks can withstand regular use and maintain their functionality over an extended period of time. This is the reason why you can still find 5-year-old MacBooks available in the market, because these machines hold up very well over long periods of usage, whereas the same cannot be true for Windows laptops. No matter how expensive Windows laptop you buy, after 5 years the decline in performance would be so deep that it gets painful to keep using a Windows machine for that long. While I have listed quite a few things that I think are better in MacBooks, but there are definitely some things that are better handled by Windows, and that is a topic for another video. If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe. Peace.